So a very warm welcome to each and everyone present today. My name is Vineet and I'll be the instructor once again. So each and every one of you, I'd like to tell that in today's class we'll be going through abstract classes, we'll be going through interface, and we'll be going through enums. Okay, these are the major topics that we'll be covering in today's class. We'll be taking examples as well as we did in all the other classes. So first of all, what do you mean by abstract? What do you think abstract is? Any one of you, please write down on the chat window. Irfan says incomplete. Okay, it is one of the property of abstraction, that is incomplete. Sai says empty. What else? Yogesh says derived from one class. Arun says hiding. Exactly correct. Hiding. That means you do not provide an abstract thing. Do not provide the detail. Okay. You do not get to know what is inside that. You just have an overview of that, and that is called abstraction. That is data hiding. Mayank says brief. Mohsin says apart hiding. Exactly correct. For example, let's take a real world example like a car. You drive a car, you know that the car moves on four wheels, it has many things inside that, but you do not know the details, how it works inside. You move the steering, you know that the steering, if you move the steering, the car will go left or right, whatever in direction you're using, but you do not know how actually the car is moving to the left side when you move your steering to the left. Right? So that is abstraction. You know the overview, you do not know the detail of that car. Right? So in Java also you can create classes like that. That is, you provide the overview, the definition is not present. For example, right here, abstract class shape. You have got a class shape that is an abstract class. Now you do not know in that shape whether that shape is a circle, whether it is a rectangle or it is a triangle. You do not have that detail, right? So you have an abstract class shape which gives an overview that it is some kind of shape. Now when you further classify it, it could be a rectangle, it could be a circle, it could be a triangle. So in Java, what you do, you define abstract class and you put some details into that, just the names. Okay, finally you can extend this shape. Like rectangle is a shape, so what you did, class rectangle extend shape, class circle extend shape, and class triangle extend shape. Okay, like this you can have many other kinds of shape like octagonal, hexagonal, anything. They all will come under this category, that is shape, and you can implement this, you can extend this abstract class into that particular class. Moving on, what is an abstract class? Abstract class that is declared abstract is called an abstract class. Okay, a class which is preceded by an abstract keyword. Whenever you define abstract class, you write abstract, then the name of the class. Hence, that class is termed as abstract class. Example is abstract class demo. So this class demo is actually an abstract class because it has been declared as abstract right here using the abstract keyword. It may or may not use abstract methods. Now, what do you mean by abstract methods? First of all, I hope you are clear with what are methods because we did it in the last class. Now, last to last class, I guess. Now tell me, what is abstract methods? I've told you what is an abstract class. Can any one of you tell me what are abstract methods? Irfan says only header, no body. Okay, that's correct. Mayank says methods which do not have any body. Exactly correct, both of you, Irfan and Mayank. That's correct. Moving on. Now, as you said, what is an abstract class? A method that is declared abstract, first of all. A method that is declared without an implementation. You do not have the body, you do not have the definition of that particular method present. Okay, so that method will be termed as an abstract method, which does not have a implementation and you actually mention it as abstract. Example is abstract void add int x and int y. So you have got a method that is add, which is taking two parameters, integer x and integer y. Sai says, hi Vineet, I'm leaving for job now, so can't attend the class. So will go through the video later. Thanks, we'll miss the class. Okay, that's fine, Sai. You can move forward. But I guess you'll be present in the next class, right? He says yes, will surely. That's good. Okay. Now I was on abstract methods. You mentioned the abstract keyword. You write void add int x and int y. So this is an abstract method that you have declared. It would be present in an abstract class. The example right here. Public abstract class shape. Okay, I've implemented the same example that we saw in the starting. You have got a class shape, which is an abstract class. In that you have defined abstract void area. So there is a method that is an abstract method since it is mentioned as abstract and you do not have the implementation of the method right here. So after that you close the abstract class. Now you had a class that is rectangle and the other class was circle. In rectangle you wanted to use this class that is abstract. You used extend shape. As soon as you extended this class, you can use this method that is area. Now once you extend this class, you have got this method area. Within that you can provide the implementation. Like when you have to find the area of the rectangle, you are using length into width. Okay. Now when you implement the same shape, when you extend the same abstract shape class, then in the area method, what you are defining 3.14 into radius. In case of circle, the formula of area is different. So what is the benefit of this abstract method? It is that as soon as you extend this abstract class, you can implement this method, which would be common for both rectangle and circle, but you're providing different definitions within them. Okay, so this way you have got the structure. There is no detail present. You have the overview, you have the structure, and what you can do, whatever detail you need, whatever detail you require in your application, you can implement that detail using that abstract method and the class. So all of you, are you clear with this? Please write down on the chat window. Vasil says yes, Mohsin says yes, Hardik says yeah, Mayank says yes. What about the rest of you? Yogesh says yes, Vijay says yes, okay. Okay then. Before moving to interface, let's see the example of an abstract class. Okay, I've got many folders opened up. Okay. I already prepared few codes for you as I do all the time. So I've got a project that is Edureka underscore abstract. I have a package within that. I've got three classes. The one is circle, the other is rectangle, and the third one is shape. So first of all, I have this shape class. In the shape class, what I have a method that is area. Now that is abstract void area double size. This is taking a parameter that is of double data type, as well as you have got a method that is void output, okay, and it is printing abstract method. After that, what you did, you actually extended this class. You declared a class rectangle, you extended this class with the shape abstract class. As soon as you did it, you implemented one method that is area double side. Within that, you use the side to find out the area of the rectangle, or in this case you can say that would be a square. So I'll mention it as square. Okay, so I mentioned double area equal to side into side, and finally I print the statement. Third, I've got a circle class. I've extended this circle class with the shape class, that is abstract. Again I implemented the area. This time I'm taking the radius and I'm printing the area as 3.14 into radius. System.out.println, the area of the circle is area. Now finally what I'll do, I'll create one new class that is main, where I'll be using all these classes, which will include the main method and finish. So creating the object for, first of all, rectangle class, ob equals to new rectangle semicolon ob dot area. whatever may be the size, like 10.0, 10.1, and a semicolon. Similarly, for the circle, I'll create an object, or here itself I'll do it. Circle ob1 equals to new circle and a semicolon. ob1 dot area, radius is 2.5, and I put a semicolon. Okay, so this way we implemented the same area. We can find out the area of rectangle as well as circle. So instead of mentioning both these methods separately or doing that, what I did, I wanted a structure to use. So I made an abstract class. In that I had an abstract method, that is area. Sorry, this one. That is area. Using it, I extended this class in rectangle and circle, and I'm using the area method in the main function. I run this code, I receive the area of the square is 102 point whatever, and the area of the circle is 19.625. You can calculate on your calculator, it will be exactly correct, right? So are you guys clear with this? The abstract class, how to extend it? Hardik says this, what is the difference between inheritance and abstract class? Inheritance is a concept, okay? It is an OOP concept by which you can extend a class. Abstract means you are actually having an abstract class, you have got an abstract method. Inheritance does not tell you that you create an abstract class or an abstract method. Okay, but abstraction is a different concept of OOP and inheritance is a different concept. That is why first I taught you what is inheritance, then I came to abstract, because it will be using the concept of inheritance in this. Are you clear, Hardik? Yes, exactly, it will be using the concept of inheritance, but the difference is you are now learning to create. The thing here to learn is not the extension, that is you extend the class. The thing is to declare an abstract method in it, and you can use that method. Now I'll show you one more thing. Nikhil says abstract method can only exist in abstract class. Yes, first of all in abstract class, or it can exist in an interface. Okay, it can be placed in two types of classes. One is the abstract class, one is the interface. Vijay says, is this for reusability? Exactly, not exactly for reusability, but for a structure, a detail. Okay, as soon as you're extending a class shape, so there will be certain attributes like area, or you need the length, you need the width. So what you can do, you can implement the method. Now the next person who is actually implementing a particular kind of shape, so he wants all those things, but he's not really aware of the methods that should be used. So what he does, he actually extends the abstract class. As soon as he does it, he gets all the methods. He knows the name, what has to be implemented. Finally, he can implement it, right? We just say same code be used differently. So are you guys clear why we are using an abstract class? We actually give it a frame, right? That frame can be used anywhere. A person who is not aware of anything, he can use just that frame. He will get that these headings should be present. In that heading, he'll write something on his own. Okay, so that is the function of an abstract class. I'll show you one more thing. I'll just comment this part. Okay, now can you see an error? As soon as you extend an abstract class, okay, shape is an abstract class, as soon as you extend it, it will show you an error on the class. If you take your mouse there, you'll find the type rectangle must implement the inherited abstract method shape.area double. So whatever abstract methods are present within the class has to be implemented. It is necessary. Okay, so this is the use. You have to implement that structure. Are you clear with this? Similarly in the circle, if you just comment this line, it will show you an error. You'll have to implement the unimplemented method, that is the abstract methods. Now, no one asked me a question, that is, can we have a well-defined method within the abstract class? Now, can you all tell me this answer? Answer to this question. Can abstract class can have a well-defined method? Okay, Vasil says yes. Nikhil says I think yes. Vijay says no. Mayank says yes. Okay, I come back to my abstract class. Here can you see a well-defined method that is void output system.out.println abstract method. Right? So this is a well-defined method. So your abstract class can have both abstract methods as well as well-defined methods. But the condition is as soon as you extend an abstract class, what happens? You'll have to implement all the abstract methods, but there's no condition with the well-defined classes. I can also use the well-defined class ob dot output. Okay, I can use the method also, but it is not necessary in the class in which you have extended the abstract class. It is not necessary to implement that method as well. Okay, so all of you give me a final yes if you are very clear with the abstract class, if you can implement your own abstract class. Okay, that's good. I receive all the yeses. Getting back to the presentation once again, I come to interface. Now, how many of you have an idea of an interface? Do you know what an interface is? Mayank says yes. Can you please write it down? Vijay says no. Hardik says middleware. We just define instance variable and method without implementation. That's correct, Nikhil. Okay then, before understanding, I'd like to ask few poll questions. Sai is not here today, but rest of you answer this question, that is abstract keyword is used to declare an abstract class. True and false. What do you think is the answer? It is quite easy. All of you be quick and answer this question. Okay, we have the results. Everyone, that is 100% of the people says true, and that's the correct answer. I have one more question. An abstract class can have abstract methods, well-defined methods, both, none of the above. I guess everyone should answer it correctly. Everyone go through it once again. That is, abstract class can have abstract methods, well-defined methods, both or none of the above. Only 82% of the people have voted. I request everyone to give your answers. 20% of the people says abstract methods and 80% of the people says both. And the correct answer is both. You can have both abstract methods as well as well-defined methods in your abstract classes. Okay, I told you just now, so I expected a correct answer from each and every one of you. Never mind. We come to interface. What is an interface? An interface are declared using the interface keyword. Whenever you see an interface keyword, you should understand that this is an interface. Interface is kind of a middleware, you can say that. Not like that, but what you can do, you can consider it as a medium through which you can use certain methods which do not have an implementation. Right? Now you can ask me, what is the difference between an interface and an abstract method? Can any one of you tell me? Okay, we'll come back to this question once again. Now, we were on interface can contain method signature, that is simple abstract methods without any implementation. It can contain constant declarations that could be both static and final, right? Nikhil says in abstract class we can have well-defined methods but not in interface. Exactly correct. In interface you cannot place a well-defined methods into that. Okay, it will contain only and only abstract methods. Now, let's see. Interface, a class that implements Now there is a difference. Even the keyword that is used to use an interface is different. That is, for using an interface, you'll have to use implements keyword. So you've got an interface that has got 3 abstract methods right here. Now this is a class. It wants to use this interface. So what it does, it implements this interface as soon as all of you, can you all hear my voice? Everyone please. Yogesh says yes. Mahavish says yes. Nikhil is saying no. Okay, Yogesh says no. Just a minute. Mayank says repeat the last thing you said. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll send a chat to Nikhil. He's saying that he cannot hear me. Nikhil, everyone can hear me. Nikhil says, okay, now I can hear you. That's good. Mayank says repeat once again. Okay, I'll do that. I was saying there is an interface. Now this interface has got 3 abstract methods, 1, 2 and 3. There is a class. This class wants to use this interface. So what it does, it implements this interface. The keyword that is used to use an interface is implements. Instead of writing extends, you'll be using implements, and using that you'll get all the 3 abstract methods. You can use all the 3 abstract methods within your class. You can define them in the class, right? Now, what is the advantage of an interface? Can anyone tell me? Do you have any idea what is the advantage of an interface? Any one of you? Okay. Now, how many of you know that multiple inheritance? Nikhil says we can create a template for every object. Mayank says a kind of protocol to be followed by the class. Hardik says no idea. Vasil says it is used as multiple inheritance. Vasil, that's a good answer. Pratik says supports multiple inheritance. Exactly. Now, in Java, Java does not support multiple inheritance, but you can attain it by using an interface. You can only extend a class, but you can implement multiple classes. As Mayank gave me a poem in the last class, that is, sky is blue, something like that. You can extend one, but implement 2. That means it could be 2, 3, anything. You can implement as many interfaces as you want. So this is one of the importance of interface in Java, so that you can attain multiple inheritance. Okay, Mayank sends me a smiley. So I hope you are quite clear with this diagram right here. The motive was you should understand the keyword that is used, as well as you should understand all the classes will be used in the class. All the methods in interface will be used in the class. Mohsin says yes, clear. Moving on. How to create an interface in Java. You understood what is an interface, you know what it does and how to use it in the class using the implement keyword. But how to create an interface? So you write public interface demo underscore interface. So you'll have to use this interface keyword to define an interface. You open up the braces. In the braces you define your abstract methods. In this, the condition is that you cannot have a well-defined method in an interface. You can only have abstract methods. It could be as many methods as you want. It could be 3, 4, any number. Right? So I have got a method that is int add integer value 1, integer value 2. This method will take 2 inputs and give a return integer. But you do not have the definition in that. You do not know what this add function is actually doing. You have got a print function that takes an integer value. You do not know what this print function will actually do. Okay. So this will be a demo interface. You have got 2 methods within that. So this is the way, this is the code by using which you can define an interface in Java. Now how to implement the interface in a particular class. You define a class 1. You use the keyword that is implements. You write demo interface. As soon as you implement an interface, what happens? It will again show you an error that is unimplemented methods. So you will implement those methods like add and print. These both were abstract methods, so it has to be implemented in your class. Vijay says, is this not necessary to put abstract keyword before methods here? Yes. Can you tell me why, Vijay? While defining methods, while declaring methods in an interface, it is not necessary to mention abstract keyword. Can you tell me why, Vijay? Then I'll tell you. Arun says abstract and interface bodies likely same format, exactly correct, but there is a difference of rules in that. Mohsin says what must a class do to implement an interface? That is what I was about to tell you. Vijay says because this is known by default. Exactly correct, Vijay. This is known by default because an interface can only contain abstract methods. Hence, you do not have to mention abstract before every method that you declare within the interface. Okay? And that was a good answer, okay? Now, Mohsin, I'm come to your question, that is how to implement an interface in your class. So you write implements keyword, you write demo underscore interface, that is the interface you created in the last slide. Within that, you have to implement all those abstract methods that were present in the interface, like add was there and print was there. You provided the definition in the add function like int sum equals to value 1 plus value 2 and return sum. At the rate override, what it will do, public void print int sum system.out println the sum is equals to sum. So you provided the definition in class 1, you implemented the interface. As soon as you did it, what happens, you have to implement all those abstract methods that is present within an interface, right? And finally, you provide the definition to these methods. Now I'll use these methods, I'll use this class using the object of this class. First of all, understand this diagram. You have a class 1, now you want to implement an interface. This is an interface that you want to implement. So what you did, you used the implements method and used it in right here in class 1. So you have got your methods and you define them in this class. Now we'll be using this class. I make another class that is execute. I have my main method in that. In this main method, what I did, I created an object of class 1. Class 1 equals ob equals to new class 1. I use int sum equals to ob.add. I'm calling that add function. So I'll pass two integers 10 and 10. It will give the sum and sum will be saved here. Finally, I'll call the print function, that is ob.print, and I pass sum, so it will print the value. Okay, so all of you, are you clear till now? If yes, I'll move on to Eclipse then. I'll show you the same example on Eclipse and I'll execute it. Mohsin says yes. What about the rest of you? Vijay says okay. Mayank says yes. Lokesh says yes. Wasil says yes. Okay then. Yogesh says okay. I come to Eclipse once again. I'll close all of this. I come to interface now. So I have got my demo interface, public interface, demo underscore interface. So first method int add int value 1, int value 2. Second is void print int sum. Okay. So I've got two methods in that. I come to class 1. Here I'm using the implements keyword to implement the demo interface. If I use extends, it will give me an error, right? Extends, sorry. It gives me an error, right? Change extends to implements, so I changed it and it is fine now. Finally, yes Arun. Now finally, as soon as you implement the interface, you have to implement all the abstract methods. This is the condition. Whenever you implement an interface, you'll have to use all the methods that are present in the interface, right? All the abstract methods has to be used in this class. So I'll just comment it. First of all, both of them. I receive an error, add unimplemented method. So it will add these two methods once again. Now this time I'll only comment one. Even then it will give you an error. I'll only comment the first one. It gives me an error. Add unimplemented methods. So it only adds 1 this time because the second one was already present. So I hope you are clear. As soon as we implement a method, it will use the same thing. Just uncomment it, Control 7. Finally, I come to the execute class. In it, I define public main. Class 1 OB int sum equals to ob.add. I pass two numbers 10 and 10 on OB print sum. Run the code. I receive the result as sum. The sum is 20. Okay. So all of you, are you clear till here? Okay. Mayank says yes. So Arun, does that answer your query? Okay. All the members of the interface are not final. Okay. If you mention them final, you cannot use them. Arun says query. Yes, I have answered your query, I guess. Does that answer your query, Mayank? Sorry, Arun? Nikhil says, can a class which is implementing an interface have its own methods? Okay. First of all, I'll come to Arun's please once again. Okay. You were saying that is the members of interface final? So what I'll do, I'll just mention final before that. What do you see? Receive an error, right? Even in the second one. So that means that you cannot, they are not actually final. If you mention it as final, you won't be able to override them. You've got a variable. Your variable could be final, your variable could be static. Are you clear? Now run. The variables that you'll be defining in an interface can be final and static, will be final and static, but the methods are not final. Okay? Now I come to Nikhil's query, that is, now since it was static, Nikhil, there will be only one copy, right? That is why. And I come to a previous query, that is, he was asking, can a class which is implementing interface have its own methods? So I come to execute, sorry, demo. This is implementing, sorry, class 1, this is implementing an interface. In this I come and I define a very simple public void display. So I define a method. This method is present in class 1. Okay, so this is class 1's method. So a class can have a class can have methods of its own even if it implements an interface. Is your question answered, Nikhil? Okay, Mohsin says, when you declare a method as abstract, can other non-abstract methods access it? For example, Mohsin, can you give me an example where you want to do it? Like, let's say, you had an abstract, you implemented a method, so just try to show you. Maybe it won't work. Type for the variable print, right. Give me a situation where I can show you. When you declare a method as abstract and other non-abstract, you're talking about the same class where you're declaring an abstract method. Okay. Instead of this, I come to abstract class again. I come to shape. In shape, I've got an abstract method. Okay, and I'll mention area. Let's say 10. Okay. Mohsin, does that answer your query? Now, can you tell me why it is actually allowing me to use this method right here? Since this method is actually abstract, even though it is allowing me to use it. Can you tell me why, Mohsin? And every one of you, if anyone have the answer, please write down on the chat window why this class is actually allowing me to use this method even though this is abstract, even though there is no definition present. Anyone? Okay, I'll tell you. It is because what is happening whenever you implement the abstract class, whenever you extend this abstract class, what will happen? This abstract method will get implemented, okay? Like you come here in circle. Let's say you're in circle, what you're doing, you extend this shape class, it will implement the area even though you do not put any definition within that. But there are brackets present, right? So you have got a definition present always. So even if you pass 10, it won't print any result because there is no definition present, right? But most probably whenever you'll be using this abstract class, by extending it, you'll be first defining a abstract method, and then if you want to use a well-defined method, you can do that in the program. Okay, so that is why it is allowing you to use an abstract method within other methods of that abstract class. So all of you, are you clear with this? Please write down on the chat window. Mohsin says yeah, clear. That's good. Sends me a smiley. Okay, Pratik says yes, Vijay says okay. Okay then. Let's see, do we have to play anything? Have we got anything to play with? Interface? Okay. What I'll do, I'll implement one more interface, okay? Since we do not have much topics today, let's go a little deep. I'll go to interface. I am creating one more interface, and this time let's name it on my name, Vineet, and finish. So I've got one more interface, that is Vineet. You can define any number of abstract methods into it. Let's define it like void detail okay. So I've got one method. I come to execute, or I come to class 1. It implements one method. Now can anyone tell me, if I have to implement one more class, one more interface, then how will I do it? What is the syntax that is followed? If I need to implement one more thing, comma separated my says exactly correct. I mention comma and then I write Vineet, V-I-N-E-E-T. So this way you can implement two class. I have to implement add unimplemented methods. So detail method comes right here. Let's create one more thing. Let's create a class or an abstract class, anything. So write, let's say class test. Okay, I have a class also. Now this we come to class 1. We want to extend this class as well. So you write extends, you write test, and it is fine, right? So you can extend one class, but you can implement two, right? You can have as many number of interfaces as you want right here by using the commas. Pratik says second interface name. Acha, comma and then second interface name, exactly correct. So you have seen that how to extend a class and simultaneously how you can implement multiple interfaces in your class, right? So I hope everyone is clear with this now. Please write down on the chat window, then I'll come back to the presentation once again. Are you guys clear with it? Pratik says yes. Vijay Nikhil says yes. Mohsin says yes. Mavish Vashil says yes. That's good. And I come to enums in Java. Enums is actually an abbreviation for enumeration. Okay? Like there are constants. Constants like Sunday till Monday. In a week you have got 7 days and everyone knows it. So they will always remain the same like Monday till Sunday. So whenever you have to use these kind of things in your program, what you can do first thing is you can insert it like manually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you can use them like that. But there's a lot of chances in that like you get an error and it is also not optimized. For that, what you can do, you can use enums in Java. Other examples could be the names of the planets. Okay, let's say the roll numbers are in a class, you have the roll numbers only from 1 to 10, so you can have for that. Let's see the example right here. Enumeration. Enumerations helps to relate the variable with related constants so that it will be flexible to work. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. To represent, we use enum keyword. Whenever you'll be using it, whenever you'll be defining an enumeration, you'll be using this enum keyword. It can be used in a drop down boxes. Now there is a drop down there, you have to select these names. One thing what you can do, you can use it by Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, anything like that. Mention it in the drop down list, or what you can do, you can define enums and you can pass enums into that. Okay. Now why we need to use an enum? This is one important question. Enum is type safe, that is any constants cannot be assigned to that variable outside the enum definition. If for Monday, yes Mohsin, that's the correct implementation. If for Monday you are assigning that it should be 1, so like that you can declare you can provide the constant values to it. For Tuesday it would be 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4. So outside that what you can do, you cannot assign any more values to it. So it is type safe. Adding new constants will be easy without disturbing already present code. Whenever you have to add it, once you see the implementation of an enum, you'll find that you can easily add any number of constants to that particular enum without actually disturbing the entire code. So this is one more advantage that enums provide. Finally, I come to, you can assign different constants to variables other than default values, right? Let's see how to declare an enum. Declaring an enum is quite similar to a class. The way you declare a class, similarly you declare an enum. Should be declared outside the class in which it has to be used or in an interface. Okay, it could be declared in an interface or outside the class in which it has to be used. Or you can make entire enum different class, okay? Now, you write enums, you mention the name of the enum, like colors. This time you have to make an enum. These are the 5 default colors that you have. So you wanted to make an enum, you use the keyword enum. After that you mention the name of the enum, that is colors. Now variables which will be assigned constant values like red. Within the curly braces, what you do, you mention red, green, blue, white, yellow. Now all these variables will be assigned a default value from 0 till 4. These are default constant values. You can also assign your user defined values. Right here there was the third statement, that is you can also assign different constants to variables other than the default values. Okay, you'll get to know in the next slide. Right now, as soon as you mention the variables within the enum, they get the default values like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So all of you, are you clear till here? Please write down on the chat window if you are. Mohsin says yes. You were already clear, Mohsin. Wasil says yes. Yogesh Mang says yes. Okay, good. Now, simple program for an enum. Enum, you mention the enum name. In the brackets, what you do? Red, green, blue, white, yellow. As it was given, you can define it outside your class. You come to the class main. Within that main, you've got your main methods. Now you want to use this enum. So what you did, you made an object, right? Colors underscore enum, color array. You mention an array because all those values will come directly to this array. So write colors array, colors underscore enum dot values. So all those values that are present within the colors enum will get saved in this array of colors, which is of type colors underscore enum. Finally, you run a for each loop, that is for colors enum. You pass this colors array, and using that you're printing all those values that are present in enum. So you get red, green, blue, white, yellow. Okay, so all the values are printed over here. So all of you, are you clear with this? Please write down on the chat window. If yes, I'll implement the same program on Eclipse itself. File, new, Java project. Okay, I receive all the S's, that's good. Java underscore enum, finish. This is our project. Right click, new. I'll add an enum to it. Enum name is colors. So I've got one enum. I'll add one more class, new class. I'll add the main method to it. Let's say main itself, and finish. Okay, instead of making a different that for, I can also use it right here. Now in that I'll define the colors: red, yellow, green. I guess this much is enough. Now after that, what I'll do, I come here, I'll write colors equals to, I could have used even this and even this. Okay, you can define it anywhere. So colors ob colors dot values. Now I'll run the for each loop. Colors, anything, colors 2, it could be anything, and you come with ob, right? I'll simply print system.out.println. In that I'll pass colors 2. Now all of you, please tell me, if I run this code, what will be the result I would receive? Everyone, please write down on the chat window. It's been long that I've asked you a question like this. If I run this code, what will be the result that I would receive? Mayank says green. Vasil says red, yellow, green. Vijay says red, yellow, green. Mavish says red, yellow, green. Hardik says red, yellow, green. I run this control F11. I receive the same result, that is red, yellow, and green. Okay, so this way we can use it. Like or you have to use it directly like this. So what you can do, ob dot like system dot out dot println ob dot mm, okay, that is colors dot, sorry, you can use directly like this, that is colors dot green, colors dot red, colors dot yellow, and it will print the values, right? So this is one other way. If you have to use it individually and you have to use it collectively, what you can do, you can simply make an array and you can run it. Or else, if without making an array, if you want to, what you can do, you can just cut this part. Instead of making a different array, pass this, okay, and remove this line. It will also do the same thing. Control F11 and I receive the same result once again, that is red, yellow, green. So all of you, are you clear with this example, the simple example for an enum? Please write down on the chat window. Mayank says yes, Hardik says yeah, Wasim says yes, Yogesh says yes, Vasil says yes, Lokesh, Vijay and Prateek. That's good. Moving on, another example for an enum. Enum, you've got chocolates. There are three kinds of chocolate: Dairy Milk, Kit Kat, Munch. Dairy Milk is for 20. You pass a value constant 20. Okay, last time they were getting the default constants, that is 0, 1. Nikhil says how it is different from array. You're talking about enum? Okay, in an enum, in an array, okay, like what I did, that is why I showed you, you can also use it like this, that is colors dot. You can use the options, so the chances of errors are less. You cannot write the array and write like this. You'll have to pass the index in an array, then only you'll be able to use it. I can directly use it like this. Okay, I have to print it by system.out.println. Sorry. Within that, I'll place colors red. Okay, so this way you can use it. Arun says array has got indexing from 0. Exactly correct, Arun. So Nikhil, have you got the point? Like this you can use it. You can use directly the name by using this. Just have to, you'll get all those options in your program. Mavish says, is it possible to select any random color? Random color, if you're saying like this, you'll have to make a logic. Okay, in this colors enum, all the colors are present. If you want to select it randomly, just make a small logic and you can do that. Mavish. Okay, but if you are mentioning it red, then it will obviously bring you red. Okay, so I hope I'm clear now. Now I come to dairy milk. I've got another enum in which I've got dairy milk. I'm assigning a constant user value, that is 20. I've got Kit Kat with 10 value, Munch with 5. Int cost, chocolates int cost, I pass it this dot cost equal to cost. Now I'm assigning this cost value a value, the constant that would be assigned with this variable. Now public main, public static void main, I've got this in the main method. I define favorite chocolate dot dairy milk. Okay, so I'm assigning this dairy milk to this. I've made a switch case. If it is dairy milk favorite choco, it will print this, or Kit Kat print this, or Munch print this. Like this I can use an enum in my program. Okay, Pratik says, sir, please explain random concept also. Okay, let's get to the example for this enum. Second one. Now I've got an enum that is months. In this I've got January with value 1, Feb with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got a private num that is integer value, that is num. In this I pass in the constructor, what I do, instruct int num this dot num equal to num. So it will assign the value, like if your January is called, okay, it is passed, then it will assign the value 1 to num. If it is Feb, it will assign 2. If it is March, it will assign 3, and so on. Okay. Now I've got another method that is getNum, so that I can fetch the number as well the constant. So I define a method that is int getNum. It will just return the value of num. So I come to year. In the year class, I've got my main method. In the main method, I run a for loop once again for months menu item, and I pass months dot values. It will pass all the values to it one by one. I print this line, that is first of all a next line character, new line character. Here I'm passing menu item dot get num. I'll get the value first of all. For the first value I get the number and it will print 1. Next time it gets like this, it gives me one more space and I print menu item dot name. So all of you, if I print this, if I run this code, what will be the result that I would receive? Please write down on the chat window. Everyone, what do you think will be the result if I run this code? I'll just show you the enum. See it, that is first I'm printing the number, then a space, and then a number. Sorry, the name of the number. I'm using is not name. Dot name is already present. You can directly use it. That is menu item dot name. We'll easily find it right here. Get number is the defined method that has been defined in months enum. Okay. Exactly correct, Vijay. That's a good answer. I'll just run this code and receive 1.jan. First I print the number. I come to here, I print the number right here and I put dot after that, and then I print the name, that is Jan. Then I print the number again, then Feb, 3 March, 4 April, 5th May, 6th June, and 7th July. So this way I'm using both the constant that I have assigned to the enum values as well as I'm using the name of the enum. So all of you, are you clear with this? Please write down on the chat window. Every one of you. Vijay says yes, clear. Vasil says yes. What about the rest? Are you guys not clear with it? Mayank says clear. Vasil says yes. Pratik says all clear. That's good. Okay then. Let's come back to the presentation. Let's see if I have got any questions for all of you. Okay, first question is, an interface can have only abstract methods, only well-defined methods, both, or none of the above? Please write down on, please click on the polling screen. Only 50% have voted. I'm talking about an interface, not an abstract class. %80 have voted now. Okay, 75% of the people says only abstract methods, 13% says only well-defined methods, and 13% says both. And the correct answer is the first one, that is only abstract methods can be present in an interface. Okay, so all of you remember this. I move on to the second question. Class A. Okay. Class A inherits class B. Now class A has to inherit an interface. Then which keyword will be used? Will it be extends? Will it be implements? Will it both can be used or none of the above? All of you give your answer. Only 10% of the people have voted. I request everyone to answer it. Okay, 38% of the people says, okay, 33% people says extends, 56 says implements, and 11 says both can be used. And the correct answer is second one, that is implements. Whenever you have to use an interface, what do you have to do? You have to use implements keyword. You cannot use extends keyword to use an interface, right? So just remember this once again. Guys, even after telling you so times, you are actually giving me the wrong answer. Mayank says A has already inherited B. Okay, class A inheritance B. Now A has to inherit an interface. Yes, exactly, Mayank. Question was class A inherits class B. Now class A has to inherit an interface. There is an interface which class A has to inherit now. It has already extended B, but it has to inherit one more class. So one more interface. So how to inherit an interface? You have to use the implements keyword. Okay? Okay, one more question. When a class implements an interface, then all the methods in the interface has to be implemented in the class. Do you find it true or false? Everyone give me a quick answer. Is this true or false? Okay, I've got the results. 88% of the people says true and 13% says false. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we'll have two questions. Okay, I'll be showing you two questions and you guys will be solving those questions. But before that, we'll take a very short break of 5 minutes. Okay, is everyone fine with that? Please write down on the chat window. Mavis says yes, thank you. Vasil says yes. Mayank says yes. Mohsin, Pratik says yes. That's very good. So we'll have a very short break of 5 minutes and then we'll join back, and this time we'll be solving few questions, right? I'll show you the question. You'll have to solve them and give me the answer. Okay? So we are off for break for 5 minutes. So is everyone back? All of you? Break time over. Please write down on the chat window if everyone is here now. Okay, Mavis says yes, that's good. So one final poll question and then we'll have... Mayank says no. Okay, one final poll question on enums and then we'll have two questions, okay? The subjective type. First of all, answer me. Public, enum, suit, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades. Then the statement that is used to use clubs is suit dot clubs, suit dash hyphen clubs, suit parenthesis clubs, or none of the above. You just have to click on the polling screen and cast your answers, every one of you. I request everyone to give your answers. I guess few people are still not present. That is Nikhil, Prateek, Vijay. Nikhil says I'm here. That's good. Prateek says yes I am. Okay, 80% of the people say suit dot clubs and 20% says suit clubs. That is parenthesis clubs. And the correct answer is the first one. That is suit dot clubs. Okay then. So all of you can see the question right here, right? Now you have the code. You have to give me the output, right? Just tell me the output. What would be the output on the screen? I've got 5 minutes for that. Just 5 minutes. Guys, hurry up and go through the code. Let me know what will be the result. You've got a class that is Edureka. You have got your main methods within that. Then you define a Boolean variable which is set to true. You define an integer variable x equals to 343. You've got another integer variable in which you write new Edureka. You call the function that is go test. You pass the Boolean variable and the integer variable. Now, some value will be returned from the go method that would be assigned to y, and finally you'll be printing that value. So tell me what value would be returned, what would be the value of y? Come on guys, be quick. Okay, Nikhil gives me an answer. So Nikhil, did you just write down the code on your Eclipse and run it? No. Okay, that's good then. What about the rest of you? All of you, please give your answers on the chat window. Okay, he says I did the division on calculator. I'm still waiting for the answers from rest of you. Everyone seems that they're actually writing the entire code on Eclipse and then trying to give me the answer. Okay, Nikhil, can you just give me a little explanation why it is so? The answer that you gave is supported by an explanation. Mohsin gives me an answer. Now, I need everyone to give me an explanation with the answer. Okay? You're giving me an answer, everyone, but give me an explanation as well with that. Okay? Why is it returning this value? Why so? A short line, you can explain it in 2 lines, Nikhil, and every one of you. Mohsin, you as well, and the rest of you, I still haven't received an answer from your end. It is a quite simple question. Just have to understand the basics. And I'm sure, Nikhil, you have the answer. Just write it down in a form of a sentence. Mavish, Mayank. Okay, yes Mayank, why this? Why not the other one? Okay, Mavish gives me an answer. Why do you think, Mavish, this is the answer? Because I'll be also giving you the reason why this answer is coming, right? Okay, Vijay gives me two answers. No, Vijay, only one answer will be coming, not two. Mayank says because of the parameter we have used. Yes, Mavish, that's correct. Good. Yes, Mavish has given me a reason as well with the answer. Exactly correct. Okay then, no answer from Lokesh and there are many other people. Yes, Vijay, that's the correct answer. Okay, let's go to Eclipse. I've implemented this code already. I'll just show you. Okay, you have your class Edureka, the same code. Explain it line by line. First thing what you do, declare a variable, boolean variable and you assign the value as true. Vijay says, okay, Mayank says test x will take the values of x as 343 and it's overridden by int go. As call to the method is go true 343 and the b is true, we execute return 1 by, exactly correct Nikhil, that's good. Very good. Ajay says for after the control has passed to the calling statement. Okay, we define a boolean variable right here. We set it to true. We have an integer variable x which is initialized to 343 and finally we have an integer value y in which we create a new Edureka and we call the go. Here we are actually trying to create an object, okay? Using the object we are using the method that is go. So go, we pass the boolean variable first and then the integer. Here it comes, it checks the boolean value. It receives the boolean value and saves it to the variable b and saves the value of x to I. Now here you are first checking whether the value is true or not. If the value is true, it will come here, it will return a value that is 343 by 7. It will get out of this method and it will assign that value to y and it will print y. If the value is false, then it will come to this return statement. It will return the value to here and it will be assigned to y and printed. In this case, the value will be returned as 49. Okay, as you can see 49 because the condition was true, it comes here, returns I less than 7 and it passes right here. Okay, that is 343 by 7 is 49. 49 is assigned to y and it prints y. If I change it to false, now I change this value to false. I run this code once again. I receive 7. Why? Because the condition in if was false this time. It did not execute this statement. It directly came here and executed this return statement. This is how 7 was assigned to y and it printed y. So all of you, are you clear with this? Each and every one of you, please write down on the chat window. Yes, Mayank, 343 by 49 gives you 7 value. Mayank says yes. Mohsin says yes. That's good. Okay then, let's move on to the second question, right? Vijay says okay. Now this is your second question, guys. Go through carefully, okay? See what is written and then give me the answer to this. Everyone, you've got a class. This is some things that are extra from this today's topics that we covered, but they are really interesting. You've got a class that is Edureka. You've got a main method. You've got a double value D. You have assigned this value. Now, you have got 3 system out.printf statements. You've got some things like this. Now, which code fragment inserted at line 4? That means right here, this is the 4th line, 1, 2, 3, and this would be the 4th line. Okay, which of the 3 statements produces the output this one? See the output carefully. And now give me the answer to this question, each and every one of you. Think, you've got 5 minutes. If you do not observe it carefully, the output that you have to receive, you won't be able to give me the correct answer. Okay, Pratik has already given me an answer. Mayank has given me an answer. Okay, yes, that's good. Now can you tell me, can you explain that thing? Mohsin gives me an answer. All of you, the answer and the explanation with that. Everyone, this is the rule. What do you think it is? Vijay, that won't give you the result. Okay, Mayank, that's correct. What else? What about the first part? Nikhil, I guess there is a problem with your third answer. Just have a look once again. Okay, Mavish also gives me an answer. Mavish, where is your explanation? Why do you think it is correct? Uh-huh. Nikhil, first time you were right, okay? Just there was a small mistake. A small silly mistake was there. Second time you actually inverted the entire thing, it is wrong. Okay? That's correct, Mavish. What about the first part? You have told me the later story, but what about the prior story, the first one? Okay, guys. Do you find it interesting? First of all, tell me, then I'll come to the code and I'll explain it. Most of you have given me the correct answer. Okay? Do you find these questions interesting? I'm sure everyone is actually implementing it on Eclipse. Exactly correct, man. That's the correct answer. Absolutely. You're right. So I've received one correct, absolute correct answer from Mayank. None of you have given me the exact correct answer, the correct explanation. Answer you have given me right, but you haven't given me the explanation right. Okay. So answer me. I just want to see whether you are there or not. Do you find these questions interesting or not? If yes, then I'll come to Eclipse and I'll show you the solution. I'll explain it. Mohsin says yes. Nikhil says yes. Mehmet says we have used double and 2 precision is 7. Damn good question. Mayank says. Pratik says yes. Vijay says okay. That means you guys are here itself. I come to my second question's answer. Okay. Very small implementation. I'll just simply run the code. These three will give me the result. First one means that total of 7 digits will be present. So 12.345. Okay. It is showing 7 digits have been printed after that decimal. Now if you write 3.7, what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is after decimal there will be 7 digits and including the dot there will be 3. When you come to 7.3, 7 actually means here it is the 7 count total and you have got 343. I'll just comment the other two right now. The trick was you have to also count this space right here. Okay, so that was the answer. Third one, we'll make few more changes in here. Nikhil says, this time I'll make it 6. Okay, let's make it 6. I'll save it. I'll run the code. I received 12.345. There's no space present. So as a total, 1, 2, dot is 3 and then 345, right? So you received 6. Similarly, what I do, I'll make it 8 this time. I'll receive 2 spaces. I'll run the code 1, 2 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of you, are you clear with this now? Please write down on the chat window, every one of you. Mohsin says yes. Mavis says yes. Vijay says yes. Mayank says yes. That's good. Okay, then getting back to the presentation. Okay, this was the final thing. So all of you, please tell me, please write down on the chat window, were you all clear with the topics that were taken up today? These were quite interesting, quite simple, as well as important, okay, topics that were taken today. But they were small topics, right? So were they clear now? Okay, Lokesh says cleared now. What about the rest of you? Ravi says yes. And a smiley. Guys, send me smileys. I like laughing faces. Osin's cleared. Vijay says okay. Pratik says cleared. Lokesh sends me a smiley. Very good. Mayank says superb class. Thank you. Okay, as I've already said that I've posted the assignments previously. I forgot to post the later assignments. I'll do it by today. Okay, most probably I'll be posting the assignments for class 4, today's class itself. Right? And guys, I request every one of you to submit your solutions onto the community. Submit your questions. Those who are doing it, very good. Those who are not, I request them to do it, right? And helping each other would be the best thing that you would be doing. Like, I guess Mayank answered gave someone a question, gave someone an answer, right? He just gave it a post. Try to post some tough questions too. Okay, Mayank, I'll do it for you. This time you'll have a tough question on community. Okay, and so this way, helping each other, even I'll be helping you guys. I'll be there. I'll be trying to answer all your questions and queries and helping you out. So first of all, initiative has to be taken from your end, then only I'll be able to help you. Okay. So as always, don't forget to fill in the survey, give your comments, give your suggestions so that I can improve myself and provide you a better class in the future. Nikhil says my internet connection was lost. Mike says, sir, learning advanced Java will be good or learning Android. Mayank, both are good, right? One way is learning advanced Java. That means you are going forward in Java itself. Right now, for me, I like Android. Even I have been working on Android and I love it. Even Mehvish, who is present in the class, she has already done the Android course and she has already made an application of her own. It was something like Yellow Pages. It provides all the important places. It provides details for all the important places that are present in Kashmir. The name of the application was Dial Kashmir. Thank you, Mehvish, for helping me out. Okay, it was Dial Kashmir. So Android is quite interesting and one of the latest technologies right today. So Mayank says, thanks, sir. He has already understood my thought. So that's good. Okay. So we'll be meeting next Tuesday, the same time, that is 4 p.m. Request is everyone register for the class as soon as possible. I'll be posting the class details on this Sunday or latest by Monday. Okay. It will be present on Facebook events. I'll add both the classes for the next week. Register for both the classes, will approve you, and then you'll receive the confirmation link. If you do it late, what happens? We do not approve you at the end. Okay. Like in morning, there was Arun. Arun was actually chatting to me on Facebook. He told me that please provide me the link. He was very late while registering, right? So it becomes very difficult for me to actually approving you at the end movement, right? So guys, it's a very humble request. Please register one day prior to the class. Okay, then all of you, bye-bye, take care. Thank you all for being here today once again. And we'll be seeing you the next week. Mohsin sends me a smiley. Bye-bye all. Thank you. Okay, says thank you, sir.